just put anti-seize on all the lugs, ran these in. Now I just go around it, double check each one. Trying not to scratch up my new rim. And back to the valve stem. So I know I made a full rotation there. So I upped these to 14 ply tires on this trailer. They weren't much more money, but I feel the twisting, the load we put on here, I just wanted to be a little bit safer going down the road. I saved my old tire. This is going to become a spare. I used that up a few years ago and I never replaced it. So I'm going to take this opportunity to do that. I'm not going to video all this. It's taken me a little while to get this broke down, mounted on the new rim. You can see how bad my old rims looked. So just wanted to, for about $100, I was able to pick up some heavy duty 16-inch 8-bolt rims. I think I got a fairly good price on them. I have to put steel valve stems in them. I got some of those as well. Kind of boring stuff, so I'm not going to video all that and bore you with that. So there's one done. I'll get the rest of these done and then I'll give you a little recap. The lights. I'm going to try and just clean everything up. Everything worked when I took it off, but some of the gaskets, they look kind of bad. So I might replace some of this. We'll see how much they clean up. And it's not that I don't want to just go buy new lights, but if these work, then a little bit of an hour of just cleaning them up. It's rain coming back in, not doing too much outside today, so I don't want to say I don't have anything else to do. But why spend $100 on lights when I can just clean them up a little bit and put them back in? And of course I want it to look good since I went through all this trouble on the trailer. There we go. So I'll get the lights under there, and we'll be back in action. Talk to you real soon. So I mentioned earlier, I just got back from Decacrete, and it was a great show. I highly recommend if you're, just a few hour drive, come on over next year and check it out. They had a lot of neat vendors there doing sculpting, doing staining, doing epoxies. So I really enjoyed seeing that, getting some tips, getting some contacts on some material that's so pricey, so you want to shop it around and make sure you're getting the best product for the correct amount you should be spending. While I was there, I sat on a board, and I should probably watch more YouTube videos and see what we were doing. It kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't sure what kind of questions they were going to be asking. I kind of thought they were going to be asking concrete questions, and it turned out that they were asking YouTube questions, and that was okay. One of the questions was how to create a successful YouTube channel. I don't know. So I replied. My reply was, determine a successful channel. I think everybody in our industry should have a YouTube channel showing their work, showing your skills. I'm in an area and I'm surrounded by talented concrete companies. So a lot of them are friends, but competitors. I have to bid against all these guys that are excellent at what they do. They care about their product. They, want a good reputation just like I do. So I have to show myself as being in the group of one of the best in this area.
So to me, that's what YouTube is doing for me. It's getting our footage out there to our future customers, saying, hey, this is what we can do. This is how we come in. We do our best to protect your property. We execute and give you, I feel, a very nice finished product, something that you can enjoy for years. To me, that's a successful YouTube channel. We don't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. We're getting there. Hopefully we do. That'd be great. Victory, I got to meet Ryan and the guys, and what a great bunch of guys. We shook hands and said hello. Hey, it's nice to meet you. And then we met later on, and we stood there for 15 minutes and had a really nice conversation. And that was really nice to see. I got to talk to Bob Grubb a little bit more detailed, what he's up to. I got to meet Rick Thomas and have conversations with him and a couple other guys, but those were the main guys that I got to talk to and connect with and get their points on why they're doing YouTube. And we're all similar, but a little bit different. So I just wanted to elaborate on that question. Yes, I think you should be doing it if you're in business, and do it. You don't have to do it and be out there being quirky and, yelling and, to draw a crowd. You can do that if you want to. Get the clickbait, get the views, get the money that way. I think we're going to get there. It's just going to take us a little bit longer, but we're successful because it's helping TSH Concrete stay at the top of our game in our highly competitive area. So I just wanted to elaborate on that. Maybe next year I'll see you at Decacrete and pass you out a t-shirt. Something worth mentioning as I'm putting this together, I adjust these brakes up. Now listen, you can hear them just touching. You can see the tire wants to spin with a tiniest bit of drag. Just enough where you can hear it. Okay, we'll see what kind of footage I can get from this. So on the back side of the brakes, there's a little rubber insert here. You pull that out. Inside here is a little tiny gear. I'm sure you cannot see it. Now maybe like that. There, you can see that gear right inside there. So now you take a screwdriver, you put it through this hole, and you work that sprocket, and that'll extend the rod that pushes the brake and tightens this up. Let me go ahead and do that a couple times. And we want this to sound like the other side, just a little bit of drag. Get underneath here a little bit better. That worked good with the light right there. I'll check the camera angle here and do this again if I need to. That's working good right there. I like that. You can see the threads getting longer, so you know it's spreading apart. So do that a couple of times. Check it. I might start to hear something right there. Let's give it a couple more. Still turning very free.
Hear that? Now when the electric brakes apply, they don't have to go as far to engage, and you'll get better brake. That way, when the DOT pulls you over and your trailer brakes work, maybe they'll let you go. There we go. Hear the difference? And it's still turning very free. You're not going to build up any heat. Rubber grommet back in. Where did I put it? I'll find it. There's my hat. There it is right there. Okay, this one. Okay, see you outside. Okay, back here in the shop, putting the final touches on my trailer. I said I was going to look at this. These stopped taking grease, and I had to move forward and paint this. So we were losing weather, and I didn't want this bare metal sitting here. So it's been a week or so. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the video. I just wanted to get the trailer painted and protected, and then I would address this. So from up top, these look pretty good. This is a new one I just put on. Let me show you what a good move that was. This is what came off. You can see how the bolt that carries the weight of the trailer was wearing away at that. All worn out. This is what it's supposed to look like. Nice solid stud going through there. There's a neoprene plastic housing in there to help hold the grease and keep down on the wear. So that was completely gone, and you can just see how egg-shaped that is, and you know how long until that just shears off going down the road. So this trailer is only about 10 years old. So that wear does happen, well, relatively quick. You wouldn't think a 10-year-old trailer, how do I want to say this? You just got to keep up on the maintenance. A 10-year-old trailer isn't really that old, but you just got to keep up on it. I probably should have done this 2 years ago, but it slipped through the cracks. And I'll tell you the truth, it really stopped taking grease about 2 years ago. So I should have addressed it. I'm rambling on, I know. But that's what a new one looks like. Let's jump over here and I'll show you a real simple process. Cutting torches, impact gun is really all you need. So here's my work area right here, just checking the camera. I think I got a good angle. So I'm going to burn these bolts off out here, and I can drive them through with a drift pin and a little sledgehammer. This center pin has a square configuration on it to lock it in. So you have to burn the nut off from the inside. I'll try and get that on video. We'll see how good of the angle is. This is what we're trying to put in there. Notice before I take it off, higher nut goes in the back, lower nut goes in the front. Just wanted to point that out, you know, before I take it off. Okay, here we go. Now with a torch, cutting torch that is, you want a nice sharp blue tip, and I'll show you what I mean. Now that's no good. See how crisp and sharp those are? That's what you're looking for. So as soon as you come in on an edge, get it red hot, get the O2, and you'll burn that metal right off. You won't hurt the housing at all. Back here doesn't matter, I'm replacing. Out here you want to be careful. Notice how quick I'll start cutting. It's only on for a second. Now you can burn that nut right off. I'll bring you a little bit closer on this one. Let me get going here. I always give a little bit of O2 with it when I use the striker. That way you don't get a big puff of black smoke coming up. Always rest your hand against something. I don't do it enough to be free-handed and steady. I like to brace against something and be leaning on something. As soon as it gets red, it'll start cutting. Always start at the edge, and it'll go quicker for you. Okay, so same thing here. You can see just how much that stud was worn. Would it have broken this season? Probably not. I doubt it would pass inspection, and it's definitely not safe going down the road. So I really like this, and that's why you need to do your maintenance. Once again, I can clean up the garage as soon as I get this together. I'm going to spray some black paint on that, maybe hit it with some undercoating on the back side. With everything back together, I didn't grease that yet. I'm going to get some paint on that before I grease it. I just put a new 12-volt battery in the emergency breakaway compartment. Now, what that is, if you're going down the road and you become separated from the trailer, pulls the electric off, it pulls this cord off. Let's see if I can do this. Pulls that out. Now that should come together and apply power to the brakes. It should. Let's find out together. It locks those wheels up. So let's check the other side. Whew. I'm glad we found that out together. That's kind of neat. Let me go this way. Okay, this one's not working. Okay, there you go. I don't have power to this side, so let's figure out what's going on. That's what's supposed to happen. That's what's not supposed to happen. See that? One more thing to look at. Just wanted to show you that. I'll look at it and I'll give you a final on that once I figure it out. Okay, just doing the final touches, final tweaks and touch-ups. Running through the lights. Turn signal. And take good. All right, let's go check the running lights. Look at the truck while I'm doing it all. Everything's on here. That's out. Not a big deal, but since it's in here, I'll go ahead and take care of that. Okay, everything's on there. 3. I like these little Bud lights I put in there. Just a nice little detail, right? And one more marker light here. Okay, now to figure out the brakes. Why isn't this side working? Myself, it's the easiest way I know. Just put a stick from the seat holding the brake pedal on. Wheels are locked up and you can hear them humming. I can anyways. The truck might be drowning it out for you. And this side, absolutely nothing. So, and I can't hear any humming on that. So I'll take a test light under there and see where I'm losing power. There's probably a connection from that side to this side where they're all joined together, and this side is failing connection. So I'll look at that. I won't bore you. I'll find it and show you what I find out. Okay, let me take a quick minute and show you what I have going on here. This is the passenger side. I couldn't get the brakes to apply when the truck was hooked up to it. So I just got a utility knife and stripped some wire. Now off of my battery charger, right there, I just ran a jumper wire. And I just touch it right to those wires. Give that tire a spin. Brakes work good. So, I'm not getting power to this connection. So where is it bad? So I jump to the other side. Now, over to the driver's side of the vehicle where the wire goes inside the axle to the tire. If I apply power there, this wheel should lock up. And I'll give it a kick with my foot and get it spinning. I know you can't see it, but the tire is still spinning. I'm not getting any spark, no connection. So, from here to there is bad. So I think I'll go ahead and replace this wire. It's been buried in this axle. I'll try and fish it out. If I can't fish it out, I'll just zip tie a new wire right to the top of the axle. That's quite common in a trailer a little bit older. It'll pass inspection. Just make sure it's secured every 8 to 10 inches. We don't want anything coming loose. One other thing I discovered, if I apply power here, it should energize this wheel. And it does not. So I have a bad connection in here, because if I go higher than the connection, I unburied some wire right here. You can see it locks it right up. So bad connection and a bad wire going through here. I'll get those changed and we should be in business. Pull that back out. Passenger side, no brakes, and now brakes. Okay, let me show you what I did. I like to put this back in. That's just a nice easy way to test it. You can hear they just released. Okay, back under the trailer. Okay, after looking at my old connections, I determined maybe my connections are failing. I used heat shrink soldering connections, and I thought I did a good job. So I just cut them all apart. Then I used these press compression connectors. They're full of grease to help keep the corroding down. I did both sides. Boom, brakes work perfect. I thought this was the best way to go. I launched the video on this, oh boy, was that just a year ago? I was talking about what's the best way to join wires together, and a couple of viewers mentioned these, and I thought, yeah, they're probably okay. I'm old school. I like solder. I like, crimping. I don't know. I only got a year out of those on this side. So what is going on? What am I doing wrong? I don't know. So I'll go ahead and try these and see. Now, of course, I'll tape these up, vibration, and my, maybe I'll even shorten these up and eliminate those. I think I'll just tape them up for now. The wires might be getting a little bit short if I eliminate that. I did try and keep them closer to the end. But there you go. You know, it was all in my connections. The wire inside the axle, I put a continuity meter on it, and I was getting power both sides. So decided, you know, I'd rather keep it in the tube than on top of it and have dirt or debris rip it off of there. So that's what I come up with. Yeah, always check those connections. Make sure I got a good camera angle on that. Okay, set a timer. I didn't have any more of the yellow ones, so I had to run down to the parts store and get some of these. The trick is, make sure the wire is all the way in. You don't have to strip it. You need that sheathing around it. Feel it go all the way in, then compress the top. Now that has a set of knives in there that cut through the plastic. Oh, I thought that came out. Whew, good. And it sort of clips into place right there. Okay. Now give them a pull. Now you're locked in. They're already greased in there, so no moisture gets in. Now just tape these up. Is it that simple? I used crimp connectors for years. It failed in this particular instance, maybe because I had 3 wires going in. I don't know. But I figured I'd give these a try with the viewers that talked about them before. Let's see how it works out. You can see very simple to use. Just those 2 things. Make sure the wire's bottomed out. You can see it coming through the top. I think we're good. Let's go check those brakes. With it being quite cold outside today, I don't want to open up the door, hook up the truck. So I'll just keep doing it the way I've been doing. I don't like pulling this out too much. But one more time. I'll start on the side we know works. Wheels lock up. And this is the side that was giving me trouble. Solid as Sears. Now when the DOT pulls me over, my heart won't have to race. I know all my lights work. I know my brakes are good. I'm sure they'll get me for something, but besides that, we know we're safer going down the road. All right, let's get some reflective tape on here. I'm waiting on my logos to be printed up. So you just get these reflective stickers and space them out on here. Get some across the bottom, and get this trailer lit up. All right. Okay, I think that is a wrap. My logos will be in tomorrow. One there, one on the back. So I got all my reflective tape on. Everything is all done. Put a couple pieces back here. I added 2 up higher. They weren't there before. So I think we have good visibility in the dark in the nighttime. About a week's project for me, working nights. I think it came together pretty good. Now we don't have to buy a new trailer. What do I have wrapped up into this thing? Maybe with the tires, under $2,000. $2,000, gave this a facelift and made it nice and safe going down the road. Okay, see you on the job site.